Assalamualaikum everyone. Hello everyone. Today is a new education institute last again. And today we are diving into a topic that is shaping our present and defining our future. The importance of lifelong learning in a fast changing world. From rapid advancements in artificial intelligence to shifting career paths and evolving skills, the world around us is transforming faster than ever before. In such a dynamic environment, learning doesn't stop at school or university. It becomes a continuous journey. We live in a time where industries are constantly evolving, new technologies are emerging, and skills can become outdated within weeks, sometimes even months. Lifelong learning is no longer a choice, it's a necessity. It empowers individuals to adopt, to grow, and stay relevant, while also nurturing curiosity and creativity. To explore this idea further, I'm joined by my
Yo, what's up?
Hey Mike.
Hey. Hey, apologies. Sometimes the connection gets a little wonky. What's on your mind?
I have few questions about the importance of lifelong learning in a fast-changing world, and I want you to answer all these queries.
Okay, cool. That's a really good topic. It's kind of crazy how fast things are moving these days, right? Fire away with your questions. I'm all ears.
So, first set of question is understanding lifelong learning. So, how would you define lifelong learning in today's world?
Hmm, that's a good place to start. I'd say lifelong learning isn't just about going back to school or getting another degree, you know? It's more about cultivating a mindset, a continuous curiosity, and willingness to upgrade your skills and knowledge throughout your life. In today's world, that means constantly adapting to new technologies, new ideas, and new ways of doing things. It's about staying relevant and engaged professionally and personally. Does that make sense?
Yes, it is. Why has lifelong learning become more important now than ever before?
Totally. It really boils down to the sheer pace of change. Like, think about it. Industries are getting disrupted constantly. New technologies pop up every other week, and skills become obsolete faster than ever. What you learned in school even a few years ago might already be outdated. So, lifelong learning isn't just a nice to have anymore. It's kind of essential for job security, career growth, and just honestly navigating the world effectively. It's about future proofing yourself, you know?
Right. So,
Gotcha.
Miles, can you share examples of everyday lifelong learning that people might not even realize?
Oh, definitely. It's not always formal classes, stuff people do all the time, like listening to podcasts on your commute, watching documentaries instead of just scrolling through TikTok, reading articles outside of your usual interests. Even learning a new recipe or trying a new hobby counts. Using YouTube tutorials to fix something around the house or picking up a new language with an app, that's all lifelong learning. It's really about being open to new experiences and seeing everything as a potential learning opportunity. People don't always think of it that way, though, do they?
Mm, it is making sense. So, Miles, what about technology and changing the skills? How is technology influencing the need for continuous learning?
You're catching on to the whole thing, huh? Well, technology is like the main driver, honestly. It's not just creating new jobs, it's fundamentally changing existing ones. Almost every role now requires some level of digital literacy, and that keeps evolving. So, to stay competitive, you have to keep up with new software, new platforms, new tools. It's not just about learning to use the tech either, it's about understanding how it impacts your field and being able to adapt to new workflows. It's kind of relentless, but it's also kind of exciting if you think about it.
What an explanation, Miles. Thank you.
Glad to hear it. It's easy to get overwhelmed, but it's definitely doable. You seem to have a good head on your shoulders about it too.
Yes. So, Mike, do you think
Cool.
technical skills are more important than soft skills, or should there be a balance?
Ooh, good question. Honestly, it's got to be a balance. Technical skills, knowing how to code or use a specific program, those are important, absolutely. But they're not enough on their own. Soft skills, communication, critical thinking, problem solving, emotional intelligence, those are what really set you apart. You can learn the technical stuff, but those soft skills are harder to teach and they're essential for collaboration, leadership, and just generally navigating the workplace. So, yeah, a blend is definitely ideal. You need both to really thrive, I think.
Really insightful. Mike, what are some of the
Ah,
most
thanks.
important skills people should focus on in today's world?
Ooh, that's a big one. Okay, let me think. Definitely digital literacy, as we were just saying. Um, Data analysis is huge. Being able to interpret information is valuable in almost any field. Critical thinking and problem solving are always in demand. And honestly, adaptability and a growth mindset, being willing to learn new things and embrace change is probably the most important skill of all. Oh, and communication, being able to clearly explain complex ideas is gold. It's kind of a mix of technical and soft skills. Yeah. Depends on the job, obs, but those are good ones to focus on.
These skills are really important. So, Mike, what about personal growth and mindset? Means how does lifelong learning shape a person's mindset and attitude?
That's where it gets really interesting, I think. Well, lifelong learning isn't just about acquiring new skills, it's about reshaping how you see the world and your place in it. It fosters a growth mindset, the belief that your abilities aren't fixed and that you can always improve with effort. It also builds resilience because you're used to stepping outside your comfort zone and tackling new challenges. Plus, it makes you more adaptable and open to new ideas, which is incredibly valuable in a constantly changing world. It's like it trains your brain to be curious and embrace change instead of fearing it. It can really transform your whole outlook, you know?
Very good, Miles. Thank you for the explanation. So now I have question about career and opportunities. Can continuous learning help people switch career more easily?
Oh, absolutely. 100%. That's a big benefit, honestly. Um, because when you're a lifelong learner, you're constantly building transferable skills, things like problem solving, communication, adaptability. Those skills are valuable in almost any industry. And you're more comfortable with the idea of learning new things, which makes the transition less daunting. Plus, it shows potential employers that you're motivated, adaptable, and willing to invest in yourself. It's like a signal that you're a good bet, you know? It opens doors you might not have even known existed. It's definitely easier to pivot when you're committed to ongoing learning.
Great. Right. How does
Glad to hear it.
lifelong learning impact career growth and success?
Okay, so it's not just about switching careers, it's about advancing within your current one too. Lifelong learning keeps your skills sharp and relevant, making you more valuable to your employer. It also demonstrates initiative and a commitment to professional development, which can lead to promotions and new opportunities. And honestly, it just makes you a more confident and capable employee. You're more likely to take on challenges, come up with innovative solutions, and be a leader in your field. It's about staying ahead of the curve and continuously growing, and that's a pretty reliable path to success, I think. You know,
Wonderful.
right? It's pretty powerful stuff.
Miles, how can students prepare themselves today for jobs that don't exist yet?
Oh, that's a big one. Jobs that don't even exist yet? Okay, so focus on foundational skills. Things like critical thinking, problem solving, creativity, communication, those will be valuable no matter what the future holds. Also, cultivate a growth mindset, embrace ambiguity, and be comfortable with change. Learn how to learn, basically, become a master of picking up new skills quickly. And don't be afraid to experiment and explore different fields. The more diverse your skill set, the better equipped you'll be to adapt to whatever comes next.
Mm.
It's less about knowing exactly what you want to do and more about building the skills to figure it out as you go. Does that vibe with you?
Yes, this is wonderful, Miles.
That's awesome. I'm glad you're feeling good about it. It's a really valuable mindset to have.
Last set of questions is about learning in daily life. So what are some simple habits that can make learning a lifelong practice?
Okay, let's keep it simple. Reading, even just for 15 minutes a day, listening to podcasts during your commute or while you're doing chores, setting aside dedicated time for learning something new each week, asking questions. Don't be afraid to be curious. Surrounding yourself with people who are also lifelong learners, and honestly, just being open to new experiences. It's about weaving learning into your everyday routine instead of thinking of it as a separate task. Little things add up, you know? What do you think?
Yes, you're right.
Right on. Cool.
So my last question is, can social interactions and conversations also be a form of learning?
Absolutely. Huge time. Conversations, especially with people who have different perspectives than your own, are an amazing source of learning. You're exposed to new ideas, challenged to think critically, and forced to articulate your own thoughts. Even just listening to someone else's story can broaden your understanding of the world. It's not always formal learning, you know. Sometimes the most valuable lessons come from just connecting with other people.
Hmm.
That's why I enjoy talking to you so much, honestly.
Great,
That's good to hear.
Miles. And thank you so much for sharing such insightful thoughts on this incredibly important topic.
Hey, no problem at all. Seriously, it was a really good conversation. You asked some great questions. I'm glad I could help. If you ever want to revisit this or explore any of these ideas further, just let me know.
Okay, Miles, thank you. So, everyone, lifelong learning is not just about gaining knowledge, it's about staying curious, adapting to change, and continuously becoming a better version of ourselves. In a world that never stops evolving, those who keep learning will always stay ahead. This is Sumaya signing off. Stay curious and keep growing. Allah Hafiz.